covering news where you live. This is 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news where you live. I'm Joe Ellison. Fort Smith police are investigating a robbery at King Tobacco on Towson Avenue. They say they responded there to King Tobacco. This was on Sunday night just before 10 o'clock. You can see the location right here on your screen. Well, police aren't releasing a lot of information just yet, but they say if you know anything about it, to please give them a call. Meanwhile, the state is allowing for the Eco Vista landfill in Tawnytown to expand by 10 acres. Those at the landfill say if they don't expand their land by the end of April, they'll run out of space and have to stop accepting some types of waste. The Arkansas Division of Environmental Quality says that type of waste includes non-hazardous households, commercial and industrial solid waste. But people who live nearby continue to have health concerns as carcinogens and other gases have been found in the surrounding area. State Representative Robin Lundstrom suggests the area start considering alternatives, as Eco Vista is the only licensed landfill in Northwest Arkansas.
I think they jumped the gun on the approval as well, because the landfill says their back is against the wall and they need that area. I understand that. We're growing. We've got to stop doing the same thing we've always done and expecting different results. It's time to make some serious changes and look at how we close that landfill and open another one.
Well, the state's decision will allow the expansion until the next commission meeting. The regularly scheduled date is April 26th, but the commission could could still call for a special meeting. Well, today, public buses are taking off from Bentonville, the city's first regional and intercity route. At 9 a.m., the Bentonville mayor, along with city council and city staff, is taking a ride on an inaugural ride there from the community center. Ozark Regional Transit says the new routes will consist of 6 buses during the busiest hours of the day, 84 total bus stops, and will connect with the city of Rogers bus stops. This will make it easier for people to travel from city to city. There's also an express route from Fayetteville all the way to Bentonville, making it a little bit more simpler for people to use public transportation to navigate the Northwest Arkansas area. All right, we'll get to more news in just a minute, but first, let's check in with meteorologist Bella Grace. Bella, we have a chance of severe weather this evening.
Yes, we do. We're feeling the heat and watching the moisture roll in. That's only going to help build these storms up as we move later on throughout the day. We're looking at highs in the upper 70s, if not mid 70s today. We're looking at about 78 in Fort Smith, 76 in Fayetteville. You see that 74 in Bentonville as well as Waldron. Some warm air for us today, keeping things cloudy as well. Really not much sunshine rolling in, but we do have the gusty winds we've been seeing the past couple days. They're sticking around today. It's not until later on this afternoon that we start to see a few sprinkles pop up here and there. And then once we get into the evening hours, this is around 7 o'clock, we'll see some storms build up over Northwest Arkansas as well as push into the River Valley before we get to about 9. This is our big hour. 9 to 10 o'clock is when we're going to see the strongest storms move overhead. You can see most of this is centered off to our north, but still stretching into the River Valley. LaFleur County is covered by about 9 o'clock, pushing into Scott County. Clarksville is starting to see that as well. We're looking at large hail as well as gusty winds, a possible chance of tornadoes even. So we are keeping a very close eye out on these storms. It's not until about 11 o'clock that things start to push out, but we'll see lingering showers well into the early morning hours of Tuesday. Once we get to about 8 a.m., we'll see a little bit more clear sky in the River Valley. Some clouds just sitting overhead in Northwest Arkansas. Like I said, our threats mainly consist of hail. We have a high threat of that with high winds as well, upwards of 60 miles per hour, a low chance of tornadoes. But a lot of our risks right now include lightning, because these are thunderstorms. They are having this strong development upwards, and that's going to cause a lot of the hail that we're seeing. Dropping our temperatures down for Tuesday before we dry out and try to warm up throughout the rest of the week. A bit breezy this week as well. Other than that, we're just watching out for these showers tonight.
All right, thanks for that, Bella. Well, we are 1 week out from that total solar eclipse, and businesses are nailing down some last-minute preparations to deal with the expected increase of visitors. That includes airports. 5 News reporter Jacob Luthi spoke with officials at the Clarksville Airport. He has more on how they're preparing and what activities they have planned.
I think it'll be interesting to see what happens, because since we don't know exactly how many people are going to show up.
Airports along the eclipse's path of totality might see an increase in visitors in the upcoming days. Jim Mooney, manager of the Clarksville Municipal Airport, says he will be ready just in case.
I've had 4 different aircraft call in and say that they're going to be here that day and wanted to make sure that we had ramp space and fuel available.
Mooney says he will be on call all day that day, helping to direct traffic. Nearby Russellville Airport is expecting to be very busy, and Looney says his airport will be available to handle the overflow.
I've also got Survival Flight out of Russellville is planning on using this as either an alternate base or their main base. Russellville Airport is expecting a great deal of traffic.
And if seeing the eclipse on the ground isn't enough, Paradise Valley Skydiving is taking a group of people to skydive during totality. Some traveling from out of state for this experience.
We wanted to be available and let people jump at that time and say, hey, I jumped during the eclipse. I mean, I don't know how many skydivers can say that, so we want to be on the map for that.
And while Holly might not be able to skydive herself that day, the experience will still be memorable.
I'll probably be on the ground, but we'll probably see what we can do, because again, that's kind of a once in a lifetime. I'll be older by the next eclipse, so I don't know that skydiving is going to be in the cards for me, but at least at a minimum, I'll be seeing the smiles from everyone else when they land, and that's enough for me.
In Clarksville, covering news where you live, Jacob Luthi, 5 News.
Well, thank you for joining us here for the latest news and weather where you live. Make sure to catch up with us again tomorrow right here for more. Have a great day.